God, I really don't want to have to do this. But in order to reach my goal of 6 hours, sacrifices need to be made. Cutting it off. Welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful day here in the mountains, and today we are talking about gear, how it can make you faster, and what things are worth upgrading and what aren't. Before we do that, let's get in this workout. There's just something about riding outside, even if it's on the trainer, you just feel better. All right, guys, workout done, fitness being built. However, it is not the only way that you can get faster on a bike. The other, right back here, is your gear. And that's what we're gonna be talking about today. Things that you can upgrade, what they're approximately worth, and how much they cost. Now, I'm not gonna get too far into the weeds. I'm not gonna get into things like some type of ceramic chain. I'm not gonna talk about pulley wheels. I'm not gonna talk about tires. I'm gonna talk about big ticket items, things that you should be thinking about upgrading if you are in the market for an upgrade, or if you're looking for relatively cheap speed. So how I'm gonna do this is I am going to put this chart up down here, and from left to right, you will see things that are very expensive as far as cost per second saved, all the way to very cheap cost per second saved. Now, where this all comes from is data from websites like Bike Radar, YouTube videos like the Specialized Wind Tunnel. I'll link both of those things down below if you'd like to take a look at them. Now, the chart is going to show you how much time is saved over the course of what my distance is going to be for the death ride, which is 103 miles. But you can extrapolate them to different distances by taking the ratio. So without further ado, number one is your bike frame. All right. Whether you have a steel frame, an aluminum frame, a low carbon frame, a climbing frame, an aero frame, there are gains to be made. However, they come at a very pretty penny. And so they are your least effective option as far as upgrading your bike for speed. And so a frame is going to cost you anywhere from $4,000 to $12,000, essentially a brand new bike. And of course, that can come with things that are on the later side of this list. However, just looking at frames in and of themselves, going from a round tube frame to an aero frame might save you somewhere in the ballpark of 3 minutes or 4 minutes on the course. However, it's going to cost you about $18 to $20 as far as what that upgrade is worth per second saved. Now, for me, that doesn't really matter because I'm going to be doing a lot of climbing. And that's where this bike comes in, the Trek Emonda SL6. It's definitely an older bike, but at the time it was the lightest climbing bike on the market. And so it's treated me well in the past, and it's going to continue to treat me well on the climbs of the death ride. Now, number two, we're talking about wheels. They are such a good looking upgrade. It is so tempting to go in, splurge, buy a fantastic wheel set, you know, upgrade from those heavy aluminum wheels to a deeper dish wheel with a full carbon wheel that doesn't have the aluminum brake track. But again, it is extremely costly in order to buy a brand new set of wheels. I have the Quintana Roo 45 millimeter wheels here. They are a full carbon wheel, but I didn't actually have to pay for these. And so, you know, I got them from my mom. Shout out, Mom. All right. But I got them for free. They're light, they're Aero, and the difference between this wheel and a Zip or a DT Swiss is very small. And so I'm not looking to upgrade my wheels, but the wheels can save you, again, depending on the course, depending on the aerodynamics, can save you like 4 minutes on course. But again, they cost you like $3,000. And so with that being said, they cost like $12 to $15 as far as what is the cost per second save. Check the chart down below. And so, again, I already have these wheels. They're Aero, they're light, they're full carbon. They're going to do great. So I'm not looking to upgrade those, but if you're looking to upgrade those, that is another fantastic way to upgrade, and they look freaking awesome. So if that's in your budget, go for it. All right. The third thing that we are going to talk about as far as cost savings go is a nice fitting kit, an Aero kit. We're talking the jersey and bib combo that you have, maybe some Aero socks, maybe toe covers or shoe covers. That is going to come anywhere from, again, $250 to $1,000, depending on what type of kit you're buying, how deep into that purchase you're going. That's something that I'm looking at upgrading for myself. A, I've had my kits for a long time. B, I think a new kit would look really good. And C, I definitely know that my kits aren't as Aero as other kits are. So that's definitely an area that I'm looking to upgrade in, but it is an area that is not too expensive. Again, you can get a bib and a jersey combo for like $200, $250, especially on sale. And again, it might save you anywhere from 3 to 4 minutes over the course of 100 miles, you know, 1 minute or so over the course of a 40-kilometer bike race or triathlon. And so a proper fitting kit is a must. It's such an easy thing to just get right the first time and never look back. So that's the next one on the list. It's probably about $2 to $3 per second saved as far as what the cost goes there. So significantly cheaper than when we're talking about wheels or frames. All right, that's down here below again. Now, number 4 on that list is a helmet. All right, an Aero helmet. Now, you don't need the goofy one that has the tail off the back like a triathlete. All right, I do have that. I am a triathlete, and so it is a significant cost savings or time savings for a helmet. However, a Aero helmet that has less vents, is a little bit smoother, doesn't catch as much wind, you know, that might run you $250 to $350. But again, it's going to save you 1 minute over 40K and maybe 4 minutes over the course of 100 miles. Again, see the number down below. And that's going to come out to like $2 flat per second saved over the course of that 100-mile race. And it is something that if you are brand new to the sport, you can upgrade very cost effectively and see massive gains on. Okay. Now, the final 2 on our list, I've left blurred out. They are significantly cheaper than the other options. All right. And what you'll find with these 2 things is that they are not sexy. All right. In fact, they take work and they're kind of a hassle. All right. So the second from the top, the second cheapest option as far as upgrading your speed, you know, with a little bit of money is shaving. It's crazy. It's crazy how fast shaving makes you. All right. And so depending on how hairy your arms are, how hairy your legs are, how much of your kit is covering those parts of your body, you can save like 4 minutes over the course of 100 miles, 1 minute over the course of a 40K just by shaving. It's like 10 watts difference for most people. And so a razor, any disposable razor from, you know, your grocery store, the gas station, it is going to make you faster. Yes, it's a pain in the butt. However, it does make you so much faster and it costs you like nothing. So use it on your arms, use it on your legs, gain that speed. It's like 2 seconds or 2 cents per second saved over the course of that distance. It's a no-brainer. You gotta do it. Go. Sorry, my dogs were barking and I had to quiet them down a bit, but I had to make my point. Shaving makes you significantly faster. It costs nothing. It's a bit of a hassle, but if you're looking for speed and don't have, you know, money to spend on helmet, kit, wheels, frame, shaving makes you faster. It's a no-brainer. Just do it. And lastly on the list, again, this one costs you $0. None, absolutely nothing, is focusing on getting more aerodynamic. You'll see if you're sitting up and you are pedaling away and you can get lower into the hoods by bending the arms or down onto the drops, you will be more aerodynamic and it will save you so much time over the long run in a race, simply by just cutting down on how much drag you have compared to your typical upright riding position. And so that one costs you $0, 0 cents in order to get faster. And so if you're just focusing on being aero, cutting through the wind, being smaller, you are going to be faster. It's going to cost you nothing. And just those 2 alone over the course of my distance can save me up to 8 minutes of time. And so those are 2 areas that I'm going to absolutely take advantage of. I already have the helmet. I already have the frame I want for the climbing. I already have the wheels that I want. And so the only other thing I could look at in the same vein as the getting more aerodynamic is maybe getting a bike fit to get more aerodynamic. Again, that might run you $500. It might be around $2 per second saved. It may not even make you any faster. And so I would definitely emphasize focusing on being more aerodynamic first rather than confirming your aerodynamic, because again, it just costs money. But the benefit of a bike fit is that if you're more comfortable on the bike, you can put out more power. You're gonna have faster times because you just have more power. All right. And so with that all being said, guys, I have one thing that I have to do in the name of aerodynamics. Again, I talked about it with shaving. I think my hair's gotta go. So come on, that's the next thing we're doing. God, I really don't want to have to do this. But in order to reach my goal of 6 hours, under 6 hours for the death ride, sacrifices need to be made. All right, here we go. Cutting it off. Just kidding. Studies actually show that braids are just as fast as having normal cut men's hair. So the hair stays. If you like the content, like and subscribe, follow along for more. That is it for today, guys, and I will see you in the next one.